I love it. I love it. Welcome to Brother from Another. I'm in the studio. My girl, Natalie. What's up, Nat? What's up?
Holly.
Feeling good. I feel great. And I tell you what, Natalie, I love the NFL. I love the NFL because these things happen every year. You can't predict them. Now, listen, some of y'all don't like to put a little money on games. I do. And I like that it's legal because I did it when it wasn't legal. Anyway, it's a different story for a different day. But you put money on the games. I looked at this game. Minnesota, San Francisco. I said, I'm not touching it.
Really?
Minnesota getting points. Monday Night Football. Monday Night Kirk Cousins. He's only won 2 games on Monday. I think 2-10 on Monday Night Football going into this. They don't have Justin Jefferson. San Francisco lost to Cleveland. They got to lose 2 games in a row on the road to a team under 500. And then you get that performance last night. So I'd say just shout out for what the unpredictability of the NFL, 1. And then 2, it's not like here in the palatial studios of NBC Sports where you have, okay, Natalie, you do your job, you do it at a very high level. If you can't make it a day and the person behind you can't make it, everybody starts to panic. Wait a minute, like, what are we supposed to do? Natalie is trained to do this, and then we don't have anybody to step in. But the NFL is not like the person in the accounting department where you work. Okay, Justin Jefferson's out. Yeah. Somebody else is coming in. That was Jordan Addison last night coming in, making 2 great plays. One of them just wrested the ball away from the cornerback to get a touchdown right before the half to give them a lead. It's just people step up, and it's hard. That's why it's so hard to predict, and that's why gambling. That's why gambling, to bring it full circle. That's why gambling is a tough way to live, y'all. It's a tough way to live. What did you take away from this game that now puts San Francisco at 5-2?
Well, first of all, you don't want to tell the people how I sort of foreshadowed this. You and I were texting.
You did. Oh, you did.
You got to give me my credit.
You know what? I will reinforce what you say, but you talked about the chaos. Natalie, yesterday afternoon.
Before the game.
It was just after Brother from Another yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're talking about, 4:05, 4:15 Eastern time yesterday. Like, San Francisco might lose. And then it's going to be chaos. We talking about the chaos with the San Francisco loss. And so you texted right after the game, too. Not to say you're rooting for a loss.
I was.
Were you? Oh, you were?
Oh, I was. Like, I don't.
Why are you rooting for a loss? I'm supposed to be the San Francisco hater. I'm being measured right now.
No, I'm joining you. We're on the same side. Listen, you can't technically manifest things for other people, but I manifested this.
Okay. Well, who says you can't?
Well, I definitely did. I can't.
Take it. You need some water.
I can't explain it. Sometimes, obviously, I'm just like, I want that outcome, right? I'm an Eagles fan, so that's the outcome that I wanted for a few reasons. Helps with my agenda, which we can get to in a little bit.
Okay.
But in addition, I just had a feeling. Some of the guys on the 49ers were banged up. They were going into Minnesota. The Vikings had lost enough games. It just felt ripe for them to pull off the upset, and they did.
Well, you say, hold on now. Wait a minute. Why did you go upset in quotes? It's an upset. Yeah. It's a pretty significant upset. I would say most people, I bet you 90% of people didn't see this one coming. You didn't think it was a great Monday Night Football game, just on the schedule, the way Minnesota has played this year and the injuries that they have. Come on.
Yeah.
I know San Francisco was missing Debo, but McCaffrey was out there last night. You had Brock Purdy doing his thing. You had Brandon Ayuk. You had all those guys, Warner, all their playmakers were available. And I just think, like, if they had beaten up on Cleveland, say they beat Cleveland 40-7, and then you come into Minnesota, then you can say, maybe an upset is happening. No, I didn't see this one. This is an upset. Why are you putting those? What's up with the quote fingers?
I did the air quotes because I'm like, I'm sorry that the NFL's new golden boy, let everyone down. When you said they have their playmakers, I think this goes to the root of the discussion around Brock Purdy, right? Like, is he a playmaker or is he a game manager, right? And so And there's nothing wrong with being a very great game manager. What?
No, no. I mean, it's a thing. We need it. Okay, so yesterday, did you tune in yesterday? You did. You tuned in to Brother from Another. You do it every day, and we appreciate you. We love you. So yesterday, we start off the show. We have Rita. So Rita, getting into some fights. She's a woman of peace, but people from Detroit came at her, so she responded. And then Liv Moods, she came in peace. People from Buffalo came at her. She responded. Now, Natalie, ain't nobody come at you. You just throwing it out there.
Who?
You're throwing it out there.
Why do you believe no one came? Okay, first of all, let's be
Who came at
quick.
you on the San Francisco thing?
Please, let's be very clear. I cover the Warriors.
Oh, okay.
So I have a huge contingent of Bay Area people that follow me.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I know that.
They're always like,
I'm not questioning your credentials.
No, but I'm saying they're always like, Eagles fans, they make their little smart remarks. And in general, like to me, it's Eagles fans against the world, because I felt, I thankfully, up until recently, last week, when you just went all crazy on the Lions, you were at least giving my Eagles a little love.
Yeah.
And then you made a poor decision.
No, I was forced to. I was forced to leave.
You succumbed to peer pressure?
This is like some novel about this. This is a novel. This is a movie. Is it like it's some movie where the person was in a relationship, and then they were forced for family reasons to leave the comfortable relationship they were in to go somewhere else. So I was engaged to the Philadelphia Eagles. We were in a good relationship. Then Michael Smith comes out and be like, hey, listen, we're going to be all in or what? We're going to do this? We're going to do this with Detroit? And I was like, yeah, I feel like to be a good teammate, I have to do it.
You should not have.
I had to.
You should not have.
I'm in a marriage now. It's too late. You can't tell me.
Okay,
it's too late.
well,
it's government official.
No,
we're official.
The marriage is going to fail.
I'm married to the Detroit Lions.
Okay, well, you made the wrong choice.
Those are my people.
That happens.
Shout out to the D.
People do it all the time. That's why there's such a high rate of divorce. But listen, okay? You at least used to give my Eagles a little love. But
I still give them love.
In general, everyone, like even though they had, up until last week when they lost, right? Top record, they were undefeated, right? It was, their wins are ugly. Like there was just something for everyone to criticize. Meanwhile, it's just like, oh, the 49ers, blah, 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 blah. They look so good. And the way they're beating all these teams.
Don't you love it? Look at the headline.
Yeah?
Go back to that, Gary. Go back to that headline.
I mean, it was ridiculous.
And those listening on Sirius XM Channel 85, we appreciate you. You can't see it. I will be your eyes for you. It says, the headline says, are the 49ers better than the Eagles?
Yeah.
Okay. Are the 49ers better than the Eagles? And then the subhead is the 49ers certainly look better than the Eagles on paper. On paper. Whatever that means.
And they don't on paper either. So, I just feel like there's a lot of to me, over criticism and overreaction to the season Jalen Hurts is having this season. And I get it. Yes, the turnovers, the interceptions are problematic, but when you actually examine them and you put him compared to a Patrick Mahomes, and you put him, Patrick Mahomes obviously is the standard. No one is disputing that he's the best quarterback in the NFL. But when you put him next to Patrick Mahomes and you put him next to Brock Purdy and you look at all the numbers, Pat Mahomes has had quite a bit of interceptions this season. He has. But no one was criticizing them when he had multiple in a game. No one was criticizing him when Zach Wilson outplayed him. And I get it. I get it because they still won.
And because
he's Patrick Mahomes.
Who he is.
But he himself said the offense hadn't looked good. He himself said it had been great. But they weren't getting any criticism for that. How come they're allowed to work through
Because they're champs.
Okay, but the Eagles were the runner-ups, right? They're the NFC champions.
Yeah.
They were in the Super Bowl. They made it there.
Yeah.
So why is San Francisco?
Because we shout out. We don't care about the runner-ups.
Why are the Lions given more grace than the Eagles?
All right, and why Lions, Eagles, fair.
And why, after the performance that Jalen Hurts put on in the Super Bowl, let's not just act like that was some pedestrian performance.
That was great.
That was something. You had Mike Smith advocating that they get co-MVPs, right?
Which is ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I agree. But it's it was that good. It was that good.
Yeah, he was great.
And they didn't get the result, but we're just removed from that. So why is it, Eagles, shaky? You know, to me, the talk around them has been ridiculous. So yes, my agenda is agendaing because the 49ers lost. Brock Purdy threw not one, but 2 interceptions. That definitely cost them the game. That's nice, Nick Bosa and McCaffrey. Everybody wants to take responsibility for the loss. But no, the loss is on him. It's on the new golden boy. And I want him to get the scrutiny. I want him to get the scrutiny. I'm going to scrutinize him if he doesn't.
This is not fair. This is not fair.
It's very fair.
Because I've even said this. Because you probably can't find a bigger Niner agitator than your boy. I mean, I just I like going at them because there's so many layers to the Niner love. The Niner love is based in their talent. They're a fun team to watch. They've had a lot of regular season success, particularly the last 3 or 4 years. So it's based in that, but it's also rooted in from a media perspective. And I know this ain't got nothing to do with y'all. This is like a little inside baseball, but they talk. This is what media people like. Can I just tell you, let me just boil it down. What media people like is people who talk to us. If you talk to me, I like you. Okay. If you return my calls, I like you. If you are difficult, if you make it difficult for me access-wise, I don't dislike you, but I'm not checking for you either. So Kyle Shanahan, the Patriots are the worst. But the Patriots are the worst. But I've been able to get in there over the years. But they are the worst team to cover because it's a fortress. They make it really difficult. And I hear Baltimore is hard too. They just make it tough for the media, NFL media, to do their jobs. Now contrast that with San Francisco. Kyle Shanahan's great with the media. John Lynch is great with the media.
This is about access.
So access. And so they get a lot of love. This is how it works, y'all. This is how it works. You talk to the people, you do that little media dance, and you get the rewards sometimes in shows like this and commentary. So it's not that I've always said Brock Purdy, he didn't create this. He's kind of like a stray. He's a stray in the whole ecosystem. It's the ecosystem.
It's not my business.
Look, Troy Aikman said it last night on the broadcast, and he was saying, hey, why do people hold Brock Purdy being a system quarterback against him?
Nothing wrong with it.
And he brought that up. He's like, there's nothing. He's like, we were coached by the same guy. Brock Purdy was coached by the same one, the same coach who coached Troy Aikman too. Purdy had him in high school. Mm-hmm. So we know what the system is, and it's okay to be a guy who distributes and doesn't make mistakes within that system. I agree with that. I'm not hating on Brock Purdy. I just think finally, and it took a little longer than I thought, Natalie. I thought it would take maybe 5 or 6 games before he came back to normalcy. It's taken about 12 games. So almost a full regular season. So like 3/4 of a regular season. Now we have Brock Purdy, who's not a fraud. I'm not suggesting he's a fraud, he's a fake, anything like that. It's finally, most people don't get off to a 10-0 start.
Twitter was saying that he
is. I'm not saying that
Twitter
about
said
him.
it, not me, Twitter.
His career record is what, 10-2 now?
Yeah.
He's 10-2. He's 10-2.
Okay, well, that's
nice. And
nice.
so he's lost, like every other quarterback, he's lost to a team that is not on their level. So he's played down at times to the competition. He has done some things. He's made some mistakes at critical times. Finally, it took 12 games for us to see.
Now you sound like the Bay Area
But it
media.
did, though.
Listen.
It did.
Listen.
It took 12 games for us to see this Brock Purdy. I was waiting for it. I wasn't rooting for it.
I was rooting for it.
There's a distinction.
I
wasn't rooting for it.
I
was waiting for it, and finally we saw it. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget, you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.